Welcome to Mackenzie Creations. In this video, we are going to make some cards up using my Premier paper downloads for Christmas. And I have these available on my website for a limited time at mackenziecreations.design. I'll actually extend this to be available until November 15th since I'm just now getting my designs made up using these paper downloads. And so right now we're going to go over the designs. And I'll just hold these up. I did a design of the Christmas bulbs. So I'll hold these up. And these are using the smaller images. And then I also did a design using the bigger image. And then these are the Christmas trees. And then these are the bigger trees right here. And then I had the candy canes. And then here's the design with the bigger candy canes. And then the next two are stripes. And this is with the red and green stripes. And then this one is just with the green stripes. And also I wanted to thank my sorority sister, Deborah, for printing these designs out because for some reason my HP printer is only printing out black and white and I cannot figure out how to correct it. So I just wanted to thank you for printing these out for me. So as far as the design, I wanted to use these Stampin' Dies that I purchased from Stamps of Life. And I'll just hold this up. It's with the cute little dog right here. And then they have the little candy cane and a Christmas tree. And so I thought I would pair these up with my design. So let me get these out the package and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back and I got my paper together. And so I'm going to make two cards. And for the first card, I'm going to use the candy cane design. And then I'm going to use this red as my base card. And then I have this paper pack from Crafter's Companion, which is right here. Let me just pull this out. And so I'm going to cut some layers out. And I'll pick one of these colors that go best with the paper. And then for my second design, sorry I have things everywhere, but for my second design, I'm going to use the Christmas trees. And then I have this green paper right here for layering. And then I'm just going to use a plain white base card. So I'm going to take a few moments to get my layers cut down and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back and I have my layers cut out. So my base card right here is an A2 size card, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I already have this pre-scored card. And I like these. I picked up a pack of these from Michael's a few years ago. And this is what the pack looks like. I have it right here. I have a new pack. But I've had this for several years. They last a long time. And they were only $1.99. And I believe, let's see how many in here. It's 100 cardstock. So that's nice to have on hand. And so I'm just going to get my layers glued down. So for this first card, I did a few layers. I'm going to do a white layer, and then I'm going to put the candy canes on top of here. And so before I do that, I just want to distress this paper by just putting some ink on the back. So I have my ink by Diamond Press, and so I'm just going to get this out. And I've already used the red before, so I'm just going to get this out. So what I'm just going to do is just run some ink along the edges just to give it a little color. Just going to pat it on here. And I'm going to do all the sides here. And that was quick, and it just adds a little extra to the card. And so now I'm going to go ahead and get my layers glued down. So for this card, I like to use my Kaleo glue. And I like to use this glue when I do my layers because you have time to maneuver your card around. Okay, so we'll just get this down. And you just want to try to get it as straight as possible. Okay, so this is pretty good. And then I'm going to get my second layer glue down, and I think I'll do the same thing. I'm just going to take this ink that I have and just distress the edges right here. I don't even think I need to re-ink it because it has plenty of ink on here. Okay, so we have that done, and I'm just going to go ahead and get this glued down. Oh, I think I need to order some more of this glue. It's a little sticky here. Okay, again, you just want to get this as straight as possible before the glue sets. Okay, so we have the first card ready. And then next I'm gonna glue this layer down. And so with this cardstock, I've used it in the past, and I know like when you glue, you can kind of see the glue through the paper. And so that's why I'm gonna use this tape right here. So I'm just gonna take a moment here and get some tape down. And you just wanna go on all 4 sides. Okay, so I'm gonna take a moment to get tape on all 4 sides, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my tape on here, and you just want to press the tape down really good, and then you just remove the little strips here. So you just remove the stick, and then you can, I don't know if you can see the adhesive, but the adhesive will be on the back. Now the hard part for me is I like the Kaleo glue because you can maneuver it around. With this tape, you pretty much have to stick it on correct the first time, which is going to be difficult for me. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to get my base card folded down. Okay. And I'm going to have to really see that I'm getting this on here straight. Oh boy, so you really have to make sure that you get this straight the first time. So I think this will be okay. I don't have to do. Not too bad. And then I'm just going to take my Kaleo glue and get this layer glued down. So I'll do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so we have our cards together. And so now is the fun part where we get to decorate. So I'm just going to put these to the side. And then I'm going to get a piece of paper so we can start stamping. I'm going to get my stamp platform. And so I'm going to get the little dog out right here. He is so cute. I actually have a boxer dog, so I'll be sure to include a picture of my dog when I edit the video. Okay, so I'm going to take my Crafter's Companion Quick Dry ink, and this is black. I'm just going to cut this paper down really quick. Okay, so we'll just get him on here. Yeah, he came out pretty cute. And so I'm just going to stamp him again. And you know what? I'm just going to use a different sheet of paper. Okay, so I'm going to take a scrap piece of paper for the second stamp. And then I'm going to get him inked up again. Okay, I was just trying to make sure I leave enough room for the dye to go around him once we color him in. Okay, pretty good. And so I'm gonna get my wet wipes right here and just clean him off. And then we're gonna do a few more stamps. So I'll get cleaned up and I'll be right back. Okay, I have this all cleaned up. So what I wanted to do for the dog sweater right here, I want to stamp in this little Christmas tree stamp. And for the other dog, I'm going to stamp the candy cane in the sweater. And then I'll pick out a few sentiments and go ahead and stamp, and I'll be right back. Okay, I just wanted to come back really quick. These stamps are really small. So what I did was I just placed the stamp on the dog sweater. And then I'm just going to take my stamp positioner and just pick up the stamp. Okay. And then what I'll do is I'll just ink this up. I just wanted to show you the process since this stamp was really small. And then we're just going to go ahead and ink this down. Okay, so this came out cute. I thought I would be able to color them in. And so I should have thought about that because I could have stamped this in green. But that's okay, we'll keep that. And when I stamp the candy cane, I'll make sure I use red ink. So I'm going to do the same thing and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back and I have everything stamped out. And for my sentiments, I just want to hold this up. I actually used Versify ink because it just stamps so much better with the dark black. I could have did that with the dog, but I wanted to use the quick dry ink because it dries right away. And I want to go ahead and start coloring. So for this dog right here, I am just going to outline him with the gray. So I picked out some grays right here. And I actually think I'm just going to use like the lighter gray right here. So I just want to test this one out. Okay, I'm going to get the smaller side here. Yeah, that's light enough. I just want to give him like a shadow. So what I'm going to do is just go around and just outline him with a little gray, just to give him like a touch of color, but I'm not going to shade him in. So I'm going to take a few minutes to do this. And then I'll also color his sweater in. And I picked out this green and red. And so I'll just color his little sweater in, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my first dog colored in. And I just basically just went around the edges with him because I wanted his little fur to be white. And so I just wanted to add a little color to him. And then I colored in his little sweater with red and green. And I didn't want to color in over the candy cane. So what I did was I just literally just took my marker and just put some dots in here and made a little polka dot shirt design. And then for this dog right here, I'm going to color him in with the Crafter's Companion Tri-Blend markers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start with the same process of just coloring in the darkest side and shade them all around. And then I'm going to give them a little dimension with these markers. And so I'll take the second marker and just start like coloring in. So I'm going from dark to light. And then I'm going to take the lightest marker and just color in. And so I'll do that for his whole little body right here. And then I'll pick some colors out to shade in his little sweater. So I'll do that and I'll be back. Okay, I am back and I have my second dog cut out. And I believe on the Stamps of Life, the dog name is Cookie. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and die cut these out. So here are all the coordinating dies that go along with the stamps. And I'm just going to take this outer die here. Now, if you didn't want to color your dog in, you can just use this big die right here and cut them out on like brown paper or gray paper, whatever color you want your dog. And you can cut them out. But since I colored him in, so I'm going to go ahead and just use this die right here to cut him out. And so it's always sharp side down for your die. So you just want to fit the die around the image as best you can. And it looks like it's going to be a little white space in between. So I'm just going to get some tape so I can tape this down. Let me just make sure this is okay. Okay, so I'm going to get this tape down on the other side. So when we run through the die cutting machine, it won't move around. Okay, so I'm just going to move this out the way, and we are going to get our diamond press marquise and a cutting folder, and we're going to get Cookie cut out. So I'm just going to run this through. And he came out perfectly. So I'm going to do that with this dog as well, and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back and I have him cut out. So cute. So what I did was I took some sentiment frames that I have. This is diamond press, and then this is from my tonic set right here. And what I'm going to do is just run this through the marquise machine at the same time. So I'm just going to cut this down really quick. And I'm just going to cut these out together. So let's get these out. I don't know why I stuck tape right on the sentiment. Don't do that. Because the tape kind of pull from your ink. So that's just a little tip. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these same dies and I'm going to create a drop shadow for the sentiments. So you want to take your sentiment, and since I have 2 cards, I think I'll use this sentiment, "You Give Me Warm Fuzzies." I think I'll use that with him. And then for my other card, which has the green background, I'll use this. So what I'm going to do is get some scrap paper from when I made my cards up earlier. And I'm just going to run these dies through so I can make a back shadow. So I'm going to do that for both of these. Run that through really quickly. Fell right out. So here we go. So I'm just going to make a backdrop. So I'll glue it like this so you can see some of the green peeking out. And then for this one right here, I'm going to use some scraps from the Crafter companion paper that I showed you. And I have some leftovers from when I worked on another project. So I think I'll use this darker red right here. No, this is actually the darkest one. So I'll use this one right here. And so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to run this through. And then I'm going to get the sentiments glued down to the drop shadow. And I'll be right back. Okay, I am back and I have basically everything done. I do have one more idea that I wanted to do. I have these dies that I got from Spellbinders when they were on sale. And these dies make slopes. Like you can make a slope for your grass or your snow. And you can just really cut these out by hand. But I just picked these up because they were on sale. And the dies always give you a more accurate cut. So I'm going to just get these out the package. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut one out in green for the grass. And then I'm going to cut one out in white for snow. And I'll be right back. Okay, I am back, and what I did was I took the smallest of these dies. These are bigger, so I would use these maybe if I had a 5x7 card. But since I have the A2 size, I'm going to use the smallest die. And I've never used this before, so I'm hoping it'll work out okay. Now, what did I do? Oh, here's my cutting folder. And so we're just going to run this through. And I just want to show you how it comes out because I've never used this die. Okay, so what it does is it cuts out the slope, and then you just take your scissors and just cut at the edges here. Okay. Pretty neat. So this is how your slope comes out. And so I guess on a card, I would just maybe put it down like this. And it kind of overlaps right here. Let me hold it up. So it overlaps right here. So I think what I'll do is I'll have to cut the edges down some more. So you can modify it to fit your card. So I'm just going to cut this down. Let's see how that looks. I'm just going to cut it down a little bit more. And then I'm going to run the die through the green paper and do the same thing. Just cut it down to fit my card. And then I'll be right back. Okay, I am back and I made my little heel. And I like this little die right here because you can make the heel as small or as big as you like. So for the snow, I made like a little mound. And then for the grass, I made a bigger one. So just depends on what size you want. So for example, if you just wanted a little heel, you just put it down as low as you can. And that'll make a smaller heel. And then you can just make it as big as you want just by scooting the die up, and see how that makes a bigger one. I mean, if you wanted to, you can just come way up here, you know, depending on your project. So this is very nice to have. And this is by Spellbinders again. So I'm just gonna put that to the side. And what I'm gonna do also is, because my paper that I use for the dogs are a little bit thin, I went ahead and I cut an extra piece out using this die right here, the same die. And I'm just gonna glue these down just so it'll be a little bit thicker. So I did that for both of these. So I'm gonna get those glued down. And then I'm gonna prop these up with some foam tape. And so right now I'm just trying to figure out how I'm gonna decorate my card. So I'll take a few minutes just to play around with it. You know, I'll have my little dog, you know, walking on a hill. And then you can put him further up like he's coming down the hill. And then just play around with it, you know, get your sentiment on here. You know, I can put my sentiment, you know, in the middle or on the side. So I'll kind of just play around with it, and I'll probably get my embellishments out because I like my rhinestones and pearls. So I may add a few embellishments on here. So I'm gonna get everything glued down, and I'll be back with the final look of the card. Okay, I am back with the final look of the cards, and I just love how these came out. I love this stamp and die set by the Stamps of Life. And also, don't forget, my premier Christmas designs are available on my website, mackenziecreations.design. The information will be in the description box, but it'll be available until November 15th. So take advantage if you haven't already downloaded. And also, I do have other free designs that's always on my website. So yeah, I just like how these came out. So I use my candy cane designs here. And then I just, you know, did some layering and used some ink to put the card together, and did a little coloring. So that was fun to do. And so I think this came out cute. And I added a little rhinestones on here, some red and clear rhinestones. And these are from Diamond Press. So I was pleased at how that card came out. And then this card right here was using my Christmas tree paper downloads. And again, I colored the little dog brown with this little green sweater. So cute. And then I also added rhinestones on here. These are from Diamond Press. And I used the clear, the yellow, red, and blue. So yeah, take care, and I'll see you at the next video.